just so that you are prepared, this show is going out in its entirety. I hope you're ready for it.
Yep, whole thing.
Let's be honest, there's no guidebook when it comes to relationships. So we end up having to stumble through life trying to figure things out for ourselves. What if there was a podcast that found the answers for you, that provided insight to build a successful relationship and ultimately find the companionship you've always hoped for? Welcome to the Girls Ask Guys show, where we answer the questions most people are afraid to ask when it comes to lessons in life and love. It's time to master this thing called life together with your hosts, John and Ashley.
And welcome back, all of you gagsters. Well, here's another special for you. And this one, if you thought the Onision special was something, wait until you get a load of this one, because this is even more bizarre and complex. This deals with a Canadian national, so not a U.S. national, and started off as Johnathan Yaniv, which is now Jessica Yaniv. And she is firing up everybody. And if you ever want to get on the wrong side of an entire community of people, this is the person you want to watch.
Honestly, I'd say that because Jessica Yaniv is pure garbage.
Yeah. I mean, do not imitate. If you want to keep your butt out of jail, do not imitate. Okay.
Or like a mob like chasing behind you, that Frankenstein bitch. Oh my god. I can't stand. For the record, guys, just so you know, this is going to be very, very vulgar. A little rough, and maybe you're going to hear a different side of me that you didn't think existed, because there's something about not only a predator, because Jessica Yaniv is a predator of a multifaceted predator, should I say. And I'm only referring to her to she because she legally got her sex changed. But I'm only referring to it so she does not sue us. But she is a predator of children, of families, of communities. I mean, when we talk about this human being, quote unquote, Hannibal Lecter is more preferential in my mind than Jessica Yaniv.
Yeah, at least Hannibal had some kind of class about him. I mean, you knew what you were up against with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he told you straight up, this is how it's going to go, and if you piss me off, I'm going to eat you. Jessica doesn't do that. I mean, Jessica just comes out of the blue and decides to trash anything and everything, and then take you to court on top of it because of her broke ass. Which
right.
Much,
okay, so
yeah. Okay, so
where do we begin?
We have to go way.
Where do we begin with this nonsense?
I'm still scrolling.
Oh my god!
We found a repository of pretty much everything, all the legal documents, and this goes back years.
Years.
So it's a long scroll. Okay, really, how she came into being was. She went to first identified himself as a female, went to a waxing salon and demanded to be waxed. And they refused.
In the genital region.
In the genital region. So what happened was they refused because they don't wax guys, they wax females, and it's an all-female staff. He turned around and sued and won. And then on top of that, put the business out of business because they couldn't afford to pay all the friggin' legal fees.
Now, I do want to clarify that technically on Jessica's driver's license, it said female. Technically. Okay, that's fine. But here's the problem, and I'm sure that if you're transgender and you're listening to this, you can agree. It's an all-female staff. There's a good chance that they go in there every day and they say, we're going to wax genitalia, but we're not going to wax male genitalia. Whether you are trans or not, you cannot expect someone, a married woman who says no, to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, Blaire White said, why would you want that happening anyway?
Yeah, but I mean, it would be different if I had complete surgery. So,
right.
The worst possible way I could put it, but it's the only way that a lot of people are going to understand it, is that the top matches the bottom. Okay?
Right.
But if it doesn't, even in law enforcement, you have somebody locked up, if they can come in looking female, but you get them back to where you're actually going to change them out in uniform and it's not all female, well, guess what? You need another male to come in there to supervise, to make sure that nobody's inappropriately touching somebody that's not supposed to be touched. So there's a conflict there. This is what these women were dealing with. No, we don't do that because if we do it, let's just say, presumptively put it out there. If we do this, you can turn around and sue us for sexual harassment or saying that we touched you inappropriately. So they were caught one way or the other. And the least probable way ended up getting them shut down and sued because this is how he identified herself.
And that's the thing. And to me, you're taking advantage of a community. The trans community, number one, being transgender is probably already so damn confusing and so hard to explain to people and so hard to justify and so hard to just go through life saying, I'm transgender, hear me roar, that this person is not only belittling this community, but they're making it 1,000 times harder. Because for every 1,000 people that says I'm trans, some bigot's going to be like, "There's Jessica Yaniv."
Yeah, it's the same thing against just LGBTQ in general. Okay, United States Bill of Rights. You have the right to pursue happiness. Doesn't guarantee happiness. It just says you have the right to pursue it. Now, if that is your pursuit of being happy, so be it. It's hard enough to understand for some people why another person's going to be different. But if you have this guy out there, he's dressed in a hoodie. Oh, he must be a gangster. See? All those people over there are carrying guns, stealing drugs, so he must be too. No, that's not how it works. That is profiling, and you're belittling somebody who could very well be a corporate CEO making $3 billion a year. But because they dress a certain way, that's how it is.
Right.
And that's what's happening with Jessica Yaniv.
And it goes back to, we've watched tons of video and read tons of articles on Jessica because we were really looking for something. Like maybe this person's misunderstood. Maybe this person isn't translating the right way. This person is a literal predator from the tip of its wig to the bottom of its toe. I mean, I'm talking to the point where they even pretend to be injured.
Yeah. And there's actually a text. Now, this person, she is now of age, but this goes back to when she was 14. So this is like years old. But there's a text here between Jessica and a 14-year-old where Jessica is asking about sexual questions. And then towards the end, and this is where it cuts off, towards the end, Jessica asked this 14-year-old girl. Now, I don't know if there's already been a change or a sex change or whatever, but still, this person's like in their early 30s, late 20s. Do you find me attractive? And when the girl says no, he backpedals and then he comes at it from a different angle. I mean, this is a 14-year-old. Now, in the United States, that is illegal. You cannot do that. And I'm pretty sure Canada pretty much mirrors the United States in laws. But
I hope so. If not, Canada, get your shit together.
Yeah, but they just have a different legal system. And I'm not familiar with how that works. I'm not even going to pretend to be an expert on that. So if there's Canadians listening, hey, how do your laws up there work? But still, it's an older female man going after a 14-year-old girl. And it gets worse. We're not even remotely.
We're not even
close. This is just a tip.
That's the problem with this person. As you continue to listen, you're going to be like, there's got to be something. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we have done at least a combined 500 hours of research probably, and there is nothing redeeming about this human. This person, Jessica Yaniv, is literally the entire opposite of what a human's supposed to be. Caring? Absolutely not. Non-predatory, whatever the opposite of that is. I mean, we're talking to the point where this person presenting as male, a majority of trans women or trans men who go into a bathroom of their opposite sex, guess what? When they go in, at least they put a fucking wig on.
Yeah. You're going to be asking yourself, because I was asking myself, why isn't this person in prison yet? How they keep getting out of this, I don't know. But anybody that tries to investigate them, anybody that tries to ask them questions, this is where it gets a little bit more disturbing. His mom jumps in the way and blocks. Get away from us. You can't talk to us. This is private property. We're standing on public property, but if you want to say it's private, whatever. And then refusing to let them leave when they're going, okay, we're out of here. No, they block the car and then call the cops and say you try to run them over when you're trying to exit the premises.
Oh, I saw that video of the guy who was trying to leave. He was a journalist and he was trying to ask questions. And then when he tried to leave, Yaniv and Yaniv's mother called 911 and was like, he's trying to hit me. Now, the guy was getting in his car trying to leave because God forbid. And then, just,
that's after he was Yaniv, that's actually after he was physically assaulted.
Right. Physically assaulted by a like 6 foot-pound blob of garbage, and it's just annoying to me. And I know that insults aren't necessarily healthy, but when you see someone like this, human does not begin to describe them. A human being, even the most callous human being, is able to separate themselves from their crimes, and you can see a personality. Hell, Ted Bundy had a personality. Jessica Yaniv is just trash. And every time that person decides that they want to go for a cause, that cause is not only disgusting, it's predatory. Because I don't care what anyone says. I believe trans people exist. I believe that there's a such thing as trans, just like I believe there's such thing as cisgendered. What I don't believe in is a grown-ass man walking into a bathroom where there's children and taking a picture. And if you don't think Jessica Yaniv did that, trust me, it's there.
Yeah. And she's presenting herself as a human rights activist for the LGBTQ community. And the community is,
we don't want you.
Yeah, we don't want you.
Jessica, listen.
I would not want to be in there.
I'm speaking to you from the LGBT community. We don't need you. As a matter of fact, I would go as far as to say that Jessica Yaniv is like a plant for the heterosexual community.
We don't want her. We don't want her.
You guys don't want her either. Nobody wants you. And I usually don't advocate for people falling off the planet, but my God, go hide in a cave somewhere and stop making the world worse. Like, people are making progress. Trans people are getting their own bathrooms. You know what I mean? Like, things are happening. It's moving. Don't go into a small business, and that makes me even more fucking mad. You go into a small business.
Actually, it was a targeted small business because and this came out in Feminist Current, which is it's a website out there, and this is where this story is coming from. And this actually went up to the Justice Center for Constitutional Freedoms, where one of the people that she demanded this Brazilian wax from has a case that actually happened, and it's a human rights case, where she points out that Yaniv specifically targeted women who are ethnic and religious minorities, simply to make them uncomfortable, to the point that they make a mistake.
That's just...
And it's repeated. It's a repeated thing that she does. Most recently, where she filmed herself sitting down next to a Sikh, somebody from India, and started asking very personal sexual questions, to the point where he actually is like, get away from me, then berated the person because he wouldn't answer questions about feminine hygiene.
What a fucking muppet.
And it just keeps on going. It's case after case after case.
What a fucking Muppet. Like, what a fucking Muppet, dude. Seriously, I cannot express to you how disgusting of a human this is. And I can't begin to even fathom being like this. I mean, this person has... When you shut down a small business, you're shutting down a family's livelihood.
Yeah, but the case actually builds where the most recent case, because I guess all the money from that case is now gone, so they're broke again.
As it should be.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think there was a reversal in it, and he actually had to repay each employee $2,000. I think that's how that went. Or it was the final resolution. That was a couple months ago. But the most recent one, okay, now, at this point in time, Jessica has not had the bottom sex change. Goes to an OBGYN clinic. Okay, so Jessica actually demands to be examined and comes up with all kinds of reasons as to why.
They can't help her.
Yeah, she expresses to the doctor that she's having problems with her period. So it's causing problems. Period. Yeah, so it's causing problems. God. She has to be seen. Well, the doctor finds out that Jessica is not all female and says, no, you need to leave. Jessica actually somehow figured out that this is a court case and starts court proceedings to sue the doctor for not providing medical services for a medical complaint. Even though the complaint was totally unfounded.
Color me crazy.
There's nothing to invest. Yeah, there's nothing to examine, Jessica.
But I would make her menstruate in front of me. You know what? If I was a doctor, I would say, come back to me when you're on your menstrual cycle and we will take a look together. Because God damn it, if she is menstruating, then Houston, we have a book. If she isn't menstruating, you'll never see her again. Well, the fact that
actually,
Jessica says I
menstruate, I think every trans person would want to go see the doctor that actually made that happen.
Right. Because last time I checked, trans women don't menstruate. You don't. You don't have the fallopian tubes. You don't have the ovary. I don't understand. Because I watched, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you watched the video with her and Blaire White. But like while Blaire White was interviewing her, and she's like, I do menstruate, Blaire. And Blaire's like, no, you don't. And then she pulls out like a sanitary napkin and says, well, if I don't menstruate, why don't I have this? Pulls out a tampon and goes, well, then why do I have this? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, men can buy tampons. My father has bought tampons and pads.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird, but actually the cashier probably understands why.
It's probably not weird. Yes.
I've actually bought them, but we were going into combat, and they're actually very good at stopping the bleeding.
Soaking up blood? You don't say. That's why we use it. That's my point. Is like, Jessica Yaniv swears that she menstruates. Okay, you menstruate. Like I said, if I was the doctor, I'd be like, ma'am, just come back when you're on your menstrual cycle. I would have said something like, we need to take blood samples. She doesn't fucking know.
Yeah. And, actually, I think I've got it right here. No, that's another one. I thought I had the quote from the doctor, but yeah.
I hope it said, go fuck yourself. Like,
yeah, but it's like, but it was, this whole thing was brought up like 3 times in court. Actually, it was in a letter dated July 25th. So, and yeah, I mean, oh my God. But every time it comes up, he figures a way of wiggling around and getting around just by making people extremely uncomfortable talking about an issue that is not, people just don't discuss in open public forums, which is apparently where he likes to do this and really enjoys talking to young girls about it.
The obsession with the tampons, man, I can't even fathom. Let me tell you something.
He talks about it more than women do.
Very few women enjoy talking about their periods. I mean, like, to the point where we don't even really... I mean, yeah, we buy tampons and pads and stuff because we fucking have to. But if we did, we could, but if we could, we'd probably do it online. The whole goal is to really avoid that part of your life, unless you're talking to another one of your friends and you're like, oh my God, thank God I got my period this month. Like,
but the case gets even deeper.
Worse, people. It gets
Yes,
worse.
it gets worse.
I promise.
Now, if you're curious, okay, because we've already pretty much established that likes court cases, likes making people uncomfortable, likes suing people if you actually do not refer to Jessica as female. And if you do, well, now you're a bigot. Now you're anti-LGBTQ. You're everything under the sun, and you've got Saturn coming at you. Okay? Now, she wants to hold a swimming party.
Oh my God.
Clothing optional.
Oh my God.
For kids and people who are 12 and over. And now, if you don't believe me, all you have to do, there are flyers. All you have to do is type in all body swim into Google, and there you go. It's all over the place. You can look it up on the Daily Caller. You can look it up on the Post Millennial, LifeSite News, the Liberation Republic, The Blade. Transgender activist pushes for LGBTQ topless swim party for ages 12 and above. Oh, and no parental supervision is allowed.
No parental. There we go. I was waiting for you to say that. No parental supervision. Let me drop my prepubescent fucking child off with a bunch of strangers, and you're going to watch them swim naked. That sounds excellent. Where the fuck do I sign up? What the fuck, man? And did you hear her reasoning? Did you hear the reasoning Jessica had to say about that?
I vaguely remember. I am like swamped in like notes and posts and legal documents.
So that people won't be ashamed of their bodies.
Yeah.
She wants to encourage them to show their bodies so they're not ashamed. You want to know the best way to teach?
She's the only one there with the camera.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I want to take pictures so that they're not ashamed, and I'm going to keep them and put them on my walls so that they see every time they come to my fucking basement that they're beautiful. Like, what kind of pathological shit? And the problem with Jessica Yaniv is is it hiding? Is it some weird basement dweller? Jessica Yaniv is out in the fucking community trying to touch your children, and the goddamn Canadian government won't be like, bitch, you need to go. That's my problem.
Well, actually, okay, the girl, I'm not going to release the name.
No, please don't.
But it's public if you want to look it up, and I'm not going to release the name. But the girl who is 14, and I just came across this in my notes. I've been digging for it. Okay, the girl that Jessica contacted and was sending semi-sexual type texts back and forth, she has turned everything over to the RCMP or the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. She actually did do an interview with them and testified. So hopefully that actually turns into something. It's just happening really slow.
It needs to go a little faster. I am all for due process and justice and all that bullshit that we all pretend that we agree with. But here's when you see someone like this literal South Park character walking around. I'm looking at a screenshot right now between Jessica and Nave and a person. And the first question is, so at the gym, do girls bear all? The person responds, mildly, where most are really discreet. Like, change in a way that shows not much. We walk around in towels, but that's about it, and sometimes bras and panties. Jessica then then goes on to say, do you ever see tits and pussy? Like,
okay, but okay, so this is like so she's pretending to be a woman, asking another girl. Oh, what are you
just naked?
I'm just trying to wrap my mind doesn't work that way. I'm trying to picture how. Okay, so you're pretending to be a woman, and you're asking a lesbian woman girl. So you're going to the gym, to the showers or the locker room. So what do you see there? My question would be, have you never been to a gym locker room?
No, I can tell you right now, Jessica Yaniv has never been to a fucking gym. I can tell you that.
I can, just looking at the pictures, you can tell. and I'd probably get kicked out.
Right. I mean, I would probably leave.
Yeah. But, I mean, everybody's been coming after her and pointing their fingers and saying this person is a predator. Okay, now we're going to spin this thing up just a little bit more.
It gets worse. It gets worse.
Okay, now, if you haven't listened to our Onision episode, go back and listen to that, and then come back to this one, because Onision jumps in on the topic.
Another predator.
Another predator.
If you
pointing
don't notice,
the finger.
every time.
Yeah. And this came out on Twitter. This was, I doubt it's still up there, but if you want to go look for it, you're going to be scrolling for a while. It's posted on August 14th of 2019 at 4:36 a.m. I actually have it pulled up right in front of me. So Onision comes out and says, if Jessica is an actual predator, go to the police. Well, people have done that.
Right.
Yeah. Don't have evidence,
Greg.
Find it, then go to the police. Well, they had evidence and they went to the police. Really tired of people saying guilty without trial. Now, this is coming from a person who is being investigated by the FBI.
And Chris Hansen, our favorite predator. Like my favorite predator hunter. So, yay. Maybe we'll just watch Onision videos and see who he agrees with, and then we'll just do shows on him. Because apparently predators...
Actually, he's being taken to court for not taking down videos that he reposted that are 6 years old. Good. Oh, and he doesn't have a contract, by the way, so he did not have a release. Like if we don't have our guests sign contracts, so if they want us to take something down because it is damaging to their life, well, guess what? We have to take it down. Now, these we don't because they're not guests. Oh, and this is all public information.
Jessica, you have to come find me. And you have to roll up on my house. And guess what? This is Florida, and we have this thing called Stand Your Ground. So if I were you, I would just listen to the show and get heated and tweet about it. Because I when I tell you I loathe the existence of this person because they are not only a bully but a predator, and they prey on everything. That it's like ultimate taking candy from a baby.
Yeah, she's out there and she's doing this because it's fun. I mean, that's the only thing. That's the only thing I can think
profitable.
Of. And it's profitable. Well, I hope. Well, no, she's broke, so it's not that profitable.
Right.
Oh, she has to go actually find people to sue in order to make money.
Yeah.
But we are still not done diving down this rabbit hole.
It gets worse.
It gets worse. She is now in love with a 17-year-old. And there are videos out there if you want to go watch them. I do not recommend it because they are rather disturbing to watch. Such as a video of her in the bathtub, neck up, or actually it's the bust, so just above the breast.
Disgusting.
In the bathtub, singing Happy Birthday, and I'm not going to mention the girl's name. She's 17 years old. And before this, she was asking another underage minor if it would be okay to ask this minor out. And explicitly confirms, even though she's 17. Now, I understand there are state laws out there where legal age of consent could be 17. It might be 16. I'm not sure what it is up in British Columbia, because that's where Jessica lives.
I'm looking it up, so.
But still, the overall arching age of consent.
16.
Holy shit, that's
16. Fucking 32-year-old Jessica Yaniv is just preying on 16-year-olds. And I mean, my God, just preying on them. Now, it's bad enough that we have the world is full of enough predators and that we have to constantly be vigilant of perverts. But my fucking God, like this one, you can't escape it.
Even then, this girl, she could be located in the United States. She could be located over in Toronto, which is on the other side of Canada, where it could be 18. Side. I mean, it could be. Even so, most people take for granted that the legal age of consent of a person who is not considered a minor as age 18. everywhere I've been stationed in the military and every state that I've traveled to, everybody says 18, even though that the age of consent for that state is 17. Morally, it's just wrong.
This is a child. This is somebody's child. I would also go as valid as to say, please double check your kids' fucking computers. Now, I know the odds of Jessica Yaniv, that fucking Muppet South Park character popping up on your kid's tablet is very slim. But even so, go ahead, double back there, because let me tell you, this is not someone you want your children involved with. The only good thing about Jessica Yaniv, or no, not about Jessica Yaniv. The only good thing about the situation that children are aware that Jessica Yaniv is a predator, and every kid that's ever responded is like, ew, go away, you're weird.
I'm going through all these documents and these are like screen captures that people who have come in contact with Jessica have gone as far as, this is friggin' weird. Here's a screenshot from my phone. That's how weird it is. And the few people that she's been able to suck into her little world they're coming out and they're just like, how did that happen? How did I not see this sicko pedophile? Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just, actually, I've got it right here. Can you check to see if I can ask her out? I'm not your mother. So even if she's 17, no, that's the reply. And then she goes on. Now, here's where the proof comes in, where she's selecting her victims. Her mom left 7 years ago, so she's lives with her dad, who is apparently, according to Jessica, an alcoholic. She's been dealing with an alcoholic father for the last 7 years. So that means that she's been dealing with him since she was 10. As a child going through emotional trauma, looking for something to make her life a little bit better than it is now, and Jessica is dangling the carrot. I mean, that's the same exact thing that Onision did to the girls that he was trapping.
You know, as much as I hate Onision, he's entertaining. Okay, so so he has something that, as much as gross and as repulsive as I think he is, there is something about him that is entertaining. This fucking human being is just the goddamn worst. Worse than Onision. Jessica Yaniv makes Onision look like Saint or like the 16th Pope.
Yeah, just going out and just finding people that he knows he's going to be able to get under their skin to piss them off, so that he's got some kind of video to where he can go, see, he's against LGBTQs. No, you were just annoying and pestering him. He told you to get your fat ass away from him.
You're right. See, you never heard John get all fucking pissed off. That's how you know you're a bad person. And Jessica, if you're listening, I will say that with full honesty. That is how you know you're a bad person. Because even John's like, I had it with this person. And we've been talking about this show for about 2 weeks now.
Tell you what, if you caught me probably about 3 days ago when I actually spent more than a few hours going through all these documents and through all of these different posts, and not all, but a couple of the videos, because I don't know if these are re-uploaded videos, but I definitely do not want to give an extra watch count to her YouTube channel or wherever.
No, absolutely not.
I don't know. This is about as far as it's going to go as far as making this person known to the public.
Absolutely. And we're making the public aware because,
yeah, because this person is preying on people. She's finding people online, and it's going through her Facebook account. It's going through her Twitter account. It's going through, I do believe she has a YouTube.
We're going to link the LOL cow website, because I think that's the easiest way, rather than us just hand uploading every single screenshot. Yeah,
I mean, that's pretty much what I'm going to have to do. I'm just going to have to link directly to LOL Cow and the other couple of sites.
Yes, that way people don't think we're just crazy.
Yeah. And she actually puts herself out there as a fun-loving, equal opportunity.
Well, she's not
whatever.
lying about the equal opportunity.
Well, yeah, she's equally hideous to everybody.
I was going to say, yeah, she's equally disgusting in every way possible. So, I mean, got one right.
And just causing problems, causing waves, and clogging up the court system. For what? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, for what? I mean, other than to bring the press upon, to point their cameras in your direction. You're nothing but a press hound.
The press hound, predator, disgusting being all
and
one.
That's all you want. You just want people to pay attention to you. That's, oh my gosh.
I genuinely can't think of a more disgusting person in history. And I'm thinking of like Mussolini, like obviously Hitler because, 6 million Jews. But like if it was a little less of a number, I don't think it would be that bad. Because, no, that's not what I mean. What I mean is I don't think it would be as bad as Jessica Yaniv because there's something just grotesque. Like even they had their limits. Because Jessica's a racist too.
Yeah, she is. Because, well, that's what she preys upon. I mean, that's why that's why she goes out and she chooses minority groups in order to embarrass, and some of them, they don't speak that great of English or French, and they're taking Canada into account, bilingual country. So they're trying to understand what's going on, and she just goes off. But then she turns around and she plays the victim card. Because here we go again with her, where she's coming out to the world about the gruesome details of how she was sexually assaulted.
I don't believe
It's easy on her emotions that she has flashbacks and started choking on her own vomit.
I genuinely don't believe anyone's. And I know that's wrong to say, but like, guys, when you start to fall into this rabbit hole, like I find it very hard to believe anyone. Yeah. If anything, I would say she's upset because no one's ever tried to have sex with her.
Well, here's the here's the catch-22 to it. Is that she's talking about being sexually assaulted. Okay? But she finishes off this tweet with, now I'm quoting here, regardless if you're Sikh, Muslim, or any protected group. So
somebody's got an issue with something.
Yeah. So you don't deserve to be raped even if you are one of the... But that's how I'm reading this.
What kind of shit person says stuff like that? Like, just because, you don't deserve to be
killed, even if you're a horse.
Yeah, like, what kind of bullshit is that? Like, that's the kind of human being we're dealing with, and that's the kind of human being who believes that they deserve to have their balls waxed by women who don't want to wax their balls. Now, you know what? I can understand if the woman agreed and then she said, oh, no, maybe pulled out, but she didn't do it. And she probably didn't do it because you were trans. She probably did it because you're a fucking creep. It's probably why. Because just watching Jessica Yaniv videos gives me, like, this really bad throw-up-y feeling in my stomach.
That's the choking on your vomit part. Probably watched one of her videos and had a flashback.
Like, I felt like I was sexually assaulted watching her talk because she's so fucking disgusting.
The fact that she's taking a group of people and claiming, I'm putting claiming to be, because I don't know what surgeries have happened or if they've even happened.
They have not. I can guarantee you. So,
yeah. So she's aligning herself with a group that is making headway as far as making it known that they do deserve equal rights, regardless of what gender that they align with.
Right. Nobody cares about your gender.
Yeah, and I don't care. Last I checked, I think there were 37 of them.
Yeah, who gives a shit?
I really don't. It makes no sense to me. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're either male or you're female. So,
but the beauty is, it doesn't have to make sense to you. If you want to have half a dick and half a vagina, we don't care. That's the whole point. Nobody cares.
Yeah. What I care about is that somebody is aligning with this group and then making a monstrosity of this group and making it twice as hard for them to actually get the legal protections
respect,
that they should have.
Right, exactly. That is the whole thing.
And then dovetailing on that, taking that again, making it difficult for these people by aligning yourself with them, and then turning that so that you can prey upon underage kids. Now I've really got a big problem.
Thank you. And that is it. That is the whole problem in a nutshell, is you're not only trashing and belittling a small sector of society, and you're, people who need to be protected because they are experiencing bigoted people every day of their lives. People who are LGBT are experiencing these things. You're making it harder for them, and you say, it's not my fault.
Yeah, I mean, there's already hate crimes against them, and all you're doing is adding fuel to the fire.
It's to the point where I don't see someone harming Jessica Yaniv as a hate crime as much as I do an act of God or a service to humanity. Because this person is just a I mean, when I say grotesque, I mean, you can't make this shit up.
No, claiming mental health issues and everything else. The video with the guy who's trying to actually leave, the reporter. Okay, Jessica in the background. If you want to go look this thing up, we'll link out to the site. You're going to have to keep scrolling, though. Trust me, it's going to take you about 30 seconds to scroll all the way down.
Stop scrolling, though, because you're going to be like, what the fuck?
But you can actually go out and you can look at this. Now, Jessica comes up in the background with a walker. Parks the walker. Now, she's already...
I know what you're talking about.
Now, she's already getting disability benefits from the Canadian government. Okay, now that pisses me off as well, because people who actually need those benefits, she's taking from that. But parks the walker. The walker starts to roll away. Jessica runs after it and catches it. Not hobbles after it, not kind of walks. No, runs after it and catches the walker. Now, I don't know about you, but people who actually need a walker can hardly walk, let alone run.
Yeah, they don't run after their walker. She's the kind of person to be like, endorphins kicked in. Bitch, your endorphins have been dead since the day you stopped exercising. I think there's also a video of her attacking journalists. Have you seen those where she's walking with a cane and then the journalist
and then runs after him with the cane?
I'm injured with the cane above her head running. Okay, bitch.
Yeah, when I got back from Iraq, I had to walk with a cane. That thing was such a pain in the ass. And I didn't have a choice because my lower back was fucked up. Yeah. I mean, it took me a while and man, I was so glad to get rid of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to still go down and tell the VA and Social Security, hey, I'm no longer need this. And yeah, my benefits took a hit, but I preferred my benefits to take a hit than get caught 3 or 4 years down the line and have to repay that money lump sum.
Right. Now, in case you're wondering if any justice will ever be served to Jessica Yaniv, I do have some good news for you. Dumbass Jessica Yaniv decided she was going to do an interview with Blaire White. This is where I learned, I've heard of Jessica Yaniv, but this is where I learned all the disgusting, is when I started watching this interview. Blaire White, if you don't know who Blaire White is, Blaire White's a trans activist, an actual transgender person, who's very pretty, by the way. Congrats, Blaire, on all your surgeries. You look great. And so Blaire, as one trans person to another, decided to level with Jessica. Of course, Blaire White has a huge YouTube following. So she decided to do it on YouTube. And so they did their interview, and it was not only embarrassing for Jessica White for Jessica Yaniv, because everybody saw how ridiculous Jessica is, but it was very, very, very eye-opening for anyone who's confused about what trans means, because you see Blaire White, an actual trans woman, defending the trans community, and then you see a fucking predator talking about how she menstruates, which I can guarantee you right now, even if she was
is that the one where she flashed her man boob?
No, this is a different one. That's awful, though, if you had to do that.
On going.
Jessica Yaniv then talks about, how rough her life is and how people target her. Not because she's a creep in a wig who preys on little children and gets small business shut down, but apparently because she's trans. So what she does is she brandishes a taser and shows it to Blaire White. Now, if you don't know anything about Canadian law, aside from allowing predators to walk around for free, they also hate tasers. And so now Jessica Yaniv is being looked at, and she was arrested, and she now has to be in court because she has a weapon. So if anything great has come out of Jessica, right? Like of all the things.
No. I just remembered how she's going to pay off her court fines.
Oh, the gynecologist.
No, it's her selling her bras.
Oh,
on open
God,
marketplace.
that's right. Oh, my God. If you would like to purchase a Jessica Yaniv bra, which I can guarantee you smells like desperation and probably what I imagine is the Canadian
it's on Facebook.
version.
It's on the Facebook marketplace.
It's on the Facebook marketplace.
Yeah, $6.
Are they used?
Yeah, they're used.
$60?
Yeah.
That's a good bra.
Ds.
Okay, but like, if I'm paying $60 for a bra, number one, it better not be used. $60, that's not expensive for a bra for a woman with larger breasts.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have to. It's by pickup only. So you have
I'm
to.
not going to her house. No, absolutely. Listen to me. If you live in British Columbia, do not go to that fucker's house. You are going to get kidnapped and you're going to die. Like, that is a trap. Don't, please, I beg you, don't do it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the tweet right now. Anyone want to buy my bras? 38 BC, $60, great deal. More info here. Pickup only. It's on the Facebook Marketplace.
Are there comments? I need to, because the comments are probably amazing.
Oh my gosh, there's 31 likes.
Oh my God. Don't do that. Don't buy Jessica Yaniv's
Hell no,
bras.
I'm not liking this thing.
That's gross.
Nope. Actually, let me see. There are some replies. Let's see. Even someone as broke as I wouldn't do such a thing. Maybe as a secret Santa for someone I don't like.
Like, okay, so there's John as being the man he is. He forgot to leave out that there's 4 bras for sale for $60, which is $15 a bra, which, okay, is too cheap anyway. Girls, no. Women do not pay $15 for bras. Bras are fucking expensive. Second of all, like, ew, pick up only. I can't with this fucking Muppet, dude. Like, I literally can't, because, like, you're going to die.
Well, there is a tweet. The last tweet in there says, "Ew, no thanks."
Right? And there's obviously, like, I've seen Jessica Yaniv, and I know what a 38 is. And Jessica Yaniv is not a D. And you get like a 38 DC. Come on, girl.
I love the GIF. I love the GIF right below it.
Which
it's,
one?
Jim Carrey.
The throwing up one? Yeah. Like, everybody in the world is like, absolutely not. There's no way anyone is going to be okay with this, because you're literally just baiting people to die. Like,
yeah.
Ugh.
But there you go. I mean, Jessica's selling her bras in order to raise money to pay off court costs.
This is just
or buy the next taquito.
Yeah, like, like I said, $60 for 4 bras ain't a bad deal. I mean, I just bought a 3-pack on Amazon of sports bras for like $30. Because sports bras are cheaper. But if you're buying 3, and they're used. Like, they're used.
Well,
I mean,
if nothing else, you can use that honorary PhD. She's announced that I'm delighted to announce I have been awarded an honorary PhD in transgender advocacy from Social Justice University.
Is that a real? I'm going to look up Social Justice University. That sounds like bullshit.
It sounds like bullshit to me. I mean, probably built it herself.
Right? She is a website programmer. Seriously, that's not even wrong, dude. Like, socialjustice.university, a progressive and borderless international university. Have you been on this website? I'm
looking at it right now.
It only has a homepage. If you would like to, like, and it's not called Social Justice University. It's called socialjustice.university. Like, not .edu. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's not a .edu. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta click on the about page.
Don't do it.
Oh my! Degrees are available in the following subjects, and holy cow!
I would like to
It
apply.
goes on and on.
I'm going to apply.
Proudly decentralized from government controls.
Okay, where's the apply link?
Accreditation. Why it doesn't matter.
There. I literally, oh my god, $100 to apply to this school with no accreditation. Oh, standard pay online, $200 for your degree application. Honorary. Oh, you can
You can just buy one.
Oh my god, Jessica Yaniv is such a piece of shit.
I want women's rights issues or women's issues concepts.
I'm going
social inclusion concepts.
Dude, we should totally buy degrees. I think I might buy a degree. Like from Social Justice University. Our graduates.
I have to have this one. Sexuality concepts.
You have to. I mean, my God, these are very real majors. I mean, do you see math on here? Because I don't think I see math.
No. Well, I see gay lesbian studies.
Well, that's real. Okay, gender studies is real.
Yeah,
but it's usually under sociology.
Yeah, but I'm wondering, is that hands-on or not?
Wait, here's my favorite. Okay, would you like to get one in universal healthcare concepts and research?
Disability awareness. When you're chasing your walker, you have no disability awareness. You're not aware that you're disabled.
What is this? First Nation Studies. What the fuck is that? Wait.
So we found
awareness.
Jessica Yaniv's online university social justice.
I almost want to
verify a graduate. Less than 5 seconds. Because there's only one.
Right? It's just Jessica. Oh my god. Who else went here? I mean, like, this is bullshit. Like, it's $100. I almost think it's worth it, dude. Like, if you want to see.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have to check this out. Okay, I've got.
You don't.
I'm doing a little bit of background here because I do have this little thing because I just went to the Contact Us page. So, I actually know how to read code.
Oh, me too.
So let's go here.
This is not right.
Go here. So let's see what pops up. Oh, what do you know? The actual contact us is a plugin. So,
you don't say.
Yeah. Well, I looked at it and I was like, that definitely doesn't look right.
Well, if you want, like, total graduation fee for ethnic minorities, $100. So if you
it's no wonder it's a Wix site.
Oh my fuck. So apparently it is cheaper to be black here than it is to be white. Like, and it's $100. Once payment is received, we'll confirm the next day to assess the experience for desired degree. What does that mean? I'm going to click apply and see what happens. I'm going to go to commerce.coinbank. All I got to do, hold on, I'm going to put my name in.
Jessica Yaniv needed a site real fast, so she just built a Wix site.
This is ridiculous. I'm going to put my name in.
At least use Drupal. I mean, you can cover stuff up in Drupal.
John's email.
Oh, God.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Hold on, let me go create a toss away account.
Social justice graduate. Okay, so you have to pay first before you get the application. Are you out of your fucking mind? But because I'm an ethnic minority, it's $100. Because you're a white male, John, you have to pay $200. But if you want an honorary doctorate,
I guess I just automatically make more.
No white privilege there, buddy. What kind of bullshit is this? I can't believe we found this.
Yeah. Well, I just stumbled across it.
Good God.
Jessica Yaniv receives an honorary degree, and I'm like, wait, what? And I clicked on it, and it took me to her Twitter account, where it says she is proud to announce that she just received a honorary PhD from her own Wix-built university.
Congratulations, Jessica. You ever see that movie Accepted, where they pretend to make a college called South Harmon Institute of Technology? This is exactly what she just did. She's a fucking joke.
Well, I've got a PhD.
Yeah,
playing high school diploma.
Right? Like, yeah, just be like the rest of us, dude, and say you failed college. It's okay. Nobody cares. Okay, so I think I'm going to major in... Wait. You know what the best part is? They have theology concepts on here.
Yeah,
Safe living studies.
So I guess Jessica is out there passing herself off to young minors and kids as being a doctor. Because my mom, she has a doctorate. I mean, she is known as doctor. But she's not a medical doctor.
Can we just give out PhDs like this?
Sure, just let me finish getting my little course.
Do we have room on the website for like?
Yeah, I mean, we'll set up a course. I mean, it'll be an actual course. You're going to have to actually go through it, and you're going to actually have to complete the course, and you'll be better at meeting girls or meeting guys, whichever your preference is. I don't care, and we'll give you an honorary PhD from. I don't know.
Bullshit university.
We'll come up with something.
Yeah, we'll come up with something better than social justice university. We promise. Oh my fuck! This is so terrible. You can even download the diploma. I'm gonna get mine U.S. letter size, and I'm gonna go ahead and Photoshop this bad boy and try and see what kind of jobs I can get.
I don't know. I don't know if GAG University would go over very well.
That sounds so gross. No. We'll come up with a better one. I promise. Yeah.
Girls ask guys. That's
right. Girls ask guys. We're not going to say GAG. We're going to just write it off. We're going to just do that.
Yeah, I was going to call this the GAG show, but that was already taken.
I had to bring up to him how disgusting that sounded. Especially since we're talking about sexuality and dating.
Yeah. Yeah, so we told you it's going to get deep. I mean,
it got worse, didn't it?
Not only is she picking up on little girls and singing happy birthday from the bathtub, suing people for not waxing his balls.
What? Like, and that's real. That's not making
that's real.
This up.
We're not making that up.
This is the problem here. We're not making any of this shit up. This literal human garbage pail is, so if you can't tell, all in all, I guess to sum this show up, gross, and that's pretty much what I have to say. Also, that we're going to have
one whole pool parties for
topless children. Going to hell is what you're doing, Jessica. You're going to hell, even if there is no God. You're still going to hell.
He'll make an exception.
You deserve it. You know what? God's going to create himself right now, and you're going to go to hell.
Have you seen the show Lucifer?
I have seen that show. I'm a big fan.
I love
you're not
that
going
show.
to hell. Never mind.
Yeah, Lucifer's going to show up, and he's going to be like, "Yeah, you're coming with me." Why? Because you deserve it.
You ever see Little Nicky when they get the pineapple shoved up their ass all the time? That's what's going to be Jessica Yaniv.
Oh, that
is your fate. Yeah.
Well, according to the show Lucifer, which is one of my all-time favorite shows, I'm glad they're coming out with season 5. Thank goodness. I'm still waiting for that. But yeah, according to Lucifer, hell is where you relive your absolute worst moments of your life, like Groundhog Day. Once it finishes, it starts all over again, and you don't remember the previous one. So you just keep making the same damn mistakes. I wonder what Jessica's worst time is.
I imagine the time where Jessica, probably had one sense of... Yeah, right?
Oh, here's a screenshot of when Jessica was still Johnathan.
Please don't tell me it's the dudes with pads one.
No, it's I Heart Carrots. And damn, he needs to take a handwriting course. Practice that shit, man. It literally looks like something like a 6-year-old wrote. I mean, it's that bad. But that's just me getting petty.
Yeah, I'm feeling very petty also.
But yeah, this guy, I can't. Girl, sorry, Jessica, don't sue me. But this girl needs to go to jail. Needs to go to prison. Just straight up. needs to be fined so friggin' much for false court cases, false claims.
A hole in this human's face.
I mean, it just makes your head spin, and my brain does not operate this way.
No,
it's hard for me to fathom how and why somebody could actually do this to somebody else. Ugh. I don't get it, and the fact that they want to go out with young kids, why? What's the fascination there?
Ugh, I don't.
If I go out with somebody, I want to at least take them to a bar.
I can't relate. Like, I can't. Yeah. There's nothing about this fucking Muppet I can relate to.
No, I can't.
Like, I hate this person, and I kind of want to close out this show because we're just going to keep rambling about it. It just gets worse and worse, and we just get angrier and angrier.
And really, I'm just, tell you the truth, I'm just so friggin' confused, just trying to keep up with the time, because there is no timeline on this stuff. Everything is jumbled together. Where something that happened 2 years ago, he repeats it again. And it's hard to keep the two stories because it's the exact same repetitive motion. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and getting different results, expecting different results. Well, he does the same thing over and over again to get the same results.
Right. So
if you're sitting on a jury and you're trying to make sense, well, was that this case or was it that case?
They're all the same.
It's the same case because they're just different. Just swap the names out. That's pretty much how it happens. The RCMP is so used to getting phone calls from this person. If it wasn't their legal obligation, they wouldn't show up.
Right.
I mean, we're going to link out to this thing. You can take your own deep dive into Jessica and just read this stuff over for yourself and see what is posted, because literally we spent 2 weeks on this and we're still not done.
We're still not even close.
You wish they had something called soap for the brain so you can wash it off.
You can't.
There you go, people. There's our take on Jessica Yaniv. Ugh. It's going to be interesting. What is the backlash going to be from this one?
That's all for this episode of the Girls Ask Guys show, where all of us learn to master this thing called life together. For more answers to your questions on life and love, be sure to subscribe to the show so you don't miss a single episode. And head to girlsaskguyshow.com to submit your questions for a future episode or apply to be a guest on the show. Good luck out there, and we'll catch you next time, right here on the Girls Ask Guys show.